All right, welcome everybody. I had a few minutes after doing my dollar bin digging video, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to shoot a little video for this new article idea that I had for the site, the new release recap. I didn't get to do a video when I wrote the article that dropped on Tuesday night, so I'm doing the video now. I feel like it might be a little weird doing the review video so late, after doing the article with all the, the breakdowns, but I figured now, after it's been a few days, I can actually talk about some spoilery type stuff in this video of my review for it. So if you haven't read The Last Ronin, #1, please don't watch the rest of this, because I'm going to ruin things. I'm going to spoil things for you. So just don't watch it. I mean, why would you watch a review of anything you haven't read anyway? I get it if you want to read a review to see if it's worth buying. So that's kind of why I wrote the article. So that might lead you to wanting to go read it if you like that, what I wrote about. But this video here is specifically going to hit some of the more spoilery type stuff. So I'm going to try to keep it quick. Going to try to keep it brief, like a back issue backlog. But that's just kind of the idea I had while I was sitting here with a few extra minutes on my hands. So again, I'm going to be talking about Last Ronin #1. Now this, again, as you can see, is very shiny, very glossy, nice, gorgeous little cardstock cover. It's going to be very condition sensitive. So this thing eats up fingerprints. And if there's any dings or dents, you're not getting them out like that. You're not pressing this sucker. So you can see here, let me see if I can find a book handy. Well, this is bagged and boarded, but you can see it's even large, a little bit larger than a bagged and boarded comic here. So you can see it's a little oversized. So, I mean, that helps you, accept that $9 price tag you got on this, this bad boy here. But it was a decent read. As I said in the little write-up that I had, I did enjoy it. It's a bit cliched. You kind of know where it's going to go. It's definitely got like a Old Man Logan type of feel, and you're in this, futuristic world where there's only one turtle left. And yeah, I kind of like the setup. I'm not a big turtle guy, so I don't know the history. I mean, I know the old history, but I don't know what's currently going on in the books. Like, I don't know all this Leela, whatever that. Again, I don't know what's going on. I started picking up the Jenica stuff because everybody was talking about it. And then by the time City at War was ending, I had already lost interest and I kind of just dropped off. So again, I'm not the biggest turtle guy, but I did enjoy this. Like, this was fun. I am interested in seeing what happens in issue 2. So I don't know if any of this stuff is spoilery. So I like the fun little nods. You see like this futuristic world that they're in. And this, obviously, Jones, this must be Casey Jones's daughter. It's got to be my best guess. Maybe it's the daughter with April. I don't know. I don't even know if that character already exists, and this isn't news to anybody, but it was news to me, or at least I think it is. So I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. You flip through, you got cyborg robots in here fighting ninjas. Again, not the most unique of ideas, but still fun stuff. Still stuff that I like to read. Decent action throughout this thing, and some nice little quiet moments. I like the idea that this last turtle is a little bit lost it, that his brothers are kind of hanging there and in the background kind of talking to him. He's having conversations with them like they're still with him. But, yeah, a little bit more on that in a bit. But then you see that, he's fighting his way up to a tower. It's got like a very old video game Kung Fu. Like, he's fighting his way up to get to the big boss, and the big boss is, a relative of Shredder. So that keeps that kind of setup still basically the same. It's like, all right, so bad guy's still the same bad guy that I remember. Good guy's still the same good guys I remember, even though there's only one left. So again, ultimately, if you want to read the article, please, I recommend that you do, because I did spend the time to write it, so I'd appreciate it if you did read it. So you can check out the stuff that I wrote there, so I'm going to try not to double dip and talk about the same things. But, so, again, I'm going to focus in more on the spoilery type stuff. So just to kind of give it away, as you wouldn't expect, this is issue 1. He's not going to make it to the big bad, He's not going to face off. At best, he might face off and lose, but no, he didn't even get there. He got taken down on his way up by some droid of some kind, falls out of the building, seemingly to his death. But this Jones character, who again, I think it has to be Casey Jones and April O'Neil's daughter, finds him or tracks him down, and she kind of catches him in the moments here of he's preparing and getting ready to commit seppuku, suicide, basically. He wants to go out on his terms because he doesn't think he's going to make it. Like, he tried and he failed. He's lost it. He's apologizing to his brothers. He's apologizing to his father. Splinter. I think that's it kind of hits. Like, I like that nice little slow beat when they slow us down here at the end, and it kind of hits you in the feels a little bit. You see him having this flashback, remembering being younger with his brothers, and again, we still don't know who this turtle is at this point. And then we get the familiar April. Well, not as familiar, but the Sarah Connor look in April there at the end, seemingly nursing him back to health. And then the much contention here over this final panel with this being Michelangelo. Who were you just talking to, Michelangelo? I know Mel V has said that the comma is very important, and yeah, it may be, but I just think that is actually grammatically correct and also how it is written in this book. So I think this really is just Michelangelo. It's not some dodge or swap out they're going to do. I think if it was supposed to be a question or a pause, it would be, who were you just talking to? Question mark, Michelangelo? Question mark, but it wasn't written like that. It was written with a comma. And as I looked up grammatically in online to make sure that I was reading it right, the use of the comma is to indicate direct address. So the rule, when a speaker in a sentence names the person to whom he is speaking, this is addressing, a direct addressing of his audience is called a direct address. So things like, I think, John, you're wrong. John, I think you're wrong. Or I think you're wrong, John. So that comma, kind of bookending the name or in front of, behind, depending on the placement in the sentence. So Michelangelo being at the end, it makes sense for the comma to be there, right in front. Also, you can see other examples of how the writers do write that way, using that punctuation earlier in the story, where Jones is also spoken to. I can flash that up on screen too, so you can see this is not something special. So I don't think this is any kind of a fake out or anything like that we're going to get the next issue starting off saying, or you think you're talking to Donatello? You think you're talking to Leo? And it's actually Raphael. I don't think that's the case here. I think this really is Michelangelo, and it does make a lot of sense to me for it to be him. I don't know. Michelangelo, to me, is the one turtle I think that might need his brothers more, in the sense that he is more of the, the good time, fun turtle. At least, as the cartoon kind of portrayed him. But he seems like he would need his brothers around more, which would make sense for his loss in losing them, that he can't make it on his own. Like Raphael, I can accept. Like if he lost all of his brothers, he could go solo. He would be just some tough badass on his own, and he wouldn't need to worry about, he would just want revenge. And not that Michelangelo doesn't want revenge, but I think the idea of him kind of being a little not all there and still hearing and speaking to his brothers, I think that loss is a little more, it hits you a little bit harder. So I think the choice of it being Michelangelo is kind of cooler. And he's just maybe not up for this yet. And this is the first issue. We still got a few more issues to go, see what happens. But I don't know. I kind of dig it. Again, I think that's who it is. I guess they could swap it out and say that comma meant something else, but I'm pretty sure that April is just talking to Michelangelo and he's the last Ronin. But again, I told you this was going to be a spoiler, so if you were waiting all these months, everybody's speculating, hoping, buying all these other books, that's what it is. So, I don't know. I enjoyed the book. I recommend you go get it. It again, it's a tough ask, $9 for that thing, and I assume the rest are going to be $9 too, but maybe you can wait for the trade. I just kind of, I don't know, I like the format, and it's the larger size, so it's going to be kind of tough to find the right place to put it, but I got magazine boxes. But again, good book. Recommend it. Go check it out. I'm not here just to placate every book that I read. So if I say I like it, it's because I actually did enjoy it. I don't get anything out of this. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid to promote it or anything like that. I bought it. My money's already spent. So if it sucked, I tell you it sucked. But thought it was pretty decent. Yeah, not a perfect issue. Not the most breaking story in the world. But I think it hits a lot of those familiar notes that I kind of wanted to hit. And with a nostalgia property like the Turtles, I kind of want it to be familiar. So that kind of a bit cliche, bit, again, video game feel, hitting levels and bosses and that kind of deal, I'm into it. So that's what I expect. That's kind of what I was hoping for. So I hope to see more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I don't know if I'm going to do this weekly, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. See if there's interesting stuff to make me want to cover going forward. So I will see you guys next time.